Hey guys, Swisher Family Farm here. How you doing this morning? It's a little chilly, as you can see. I'm wearing a sweater. So let's catch you up to date on what's been going on the farm slash homestead. Well, I have, good news all the way around. If you haven't watched our previous video, there's one back there. We had that cold spell come in and it completely shut down the homestead. And when I say shut down the homestead, I mean completely shut down the homestead. I spent 2 weeks trying to get stuff done on top of the new pup, eating the cord on the laptop. It was an adventurous 2 weeks here on the homestead. But now everything's up and running, everything's going good, everything seems to be working fine. Cross my fingers. All right, well, let's get into what's been going on in the homestead. So, for a long time, me and Amy have been out here and we've been trying to get the farm ready and stuff, and we've got quite a bit of land here, and I'd really like to have a place for our family to be able to come if something was ever to happen, or for any reason at that point. So recently, I talked to my dad probably about 3 or 4 times a week. We chat on the phone, and we never really had much of a relationship to start out with. I was going through my phases of not doing what was right and getting in a lot of trouble. And some of you out there are probably saying, "Yeah, I'm not surprised." But yeah, I did some stuff back then that I probably shouldn't have done, but I did, and it was a learning experience. Of course, you can hear, chicks out there are all squawking and quacking, and anyway. So finally, me and my dad finally reconnected, and we decided that, look, let bygones be bygones, let bygones be bygones, and stuff in the past. And since then, I've really grown up quite a bit. Immaturity is one thing that you learn when you're young, and you do stuff. I'll tell you, I did some stuff. I'm not a saint. I'll tell you that right now. I'm definitely not a saint. But now that I've gotten older, I've gotten wiser, and I'm still learning. But, my dad's getting up there in age, and so is my mom. And I thought that, I would make the offer to them and say, hey, look, you guys need to retire. You don't need to be paying all the money and spending all of your Social Security. You need to have something where you can kind of enjoy the remainder of your life here. And I said, look, I got some land on the back 40 that I would be happy to give to you guys to build your house. And in that fact, me and Amy had discussed it, and we talked it over and stuff. And she says, yeah, she says, if you want to let them build a house on that part of the back 40, I'm all for it. I think it'd be great to have more family out here. Makes it a little easier Christmas time when the kids come and finally decide to see us, and we finally have our house built. And that's what this has come down to now. So, we discussed it and talked about it, and we ran it past them a couple of times, and my dad finally got a hold of me and said, hey, what do you think about us moving up there then? And I says, come on, more the merrier. So, Swisher Family Farm is going to grow by 2, and hopefully they'll grow even more eventually. If you have the land, I'm not one to be stingy with it. Family wants to put a home out here, set your roots down and enjoy your retirement for the most part. My dad is pretty knowledgeable about doing a lot of stuff, so you'll probably be seeing him in a lot of videos. He knows, he's wise about some things, and he knows stuff that I don't know that might even teach you guys something. And he's always been teaching me. He's been teaching me forever. A lot of times you think you never learn. And, a lot of times he thought, I wasn't listening when he was talking to me. And he's starting to come and find out that, wow, you really did listen to me when I was talking to you. And he's also finding out, wow, you really turned out a lot like me. Yeah, a lot. So what I ended up doing is we talked about it, and he said, well, you know, I got to build the house down there, and we got to get footers done, and we have to do this, and we have to do that. And I said, yeah. And he says, we're going to sell our place down in Florida, and we're going to move up there, but we have to have a place to stay. So would you mind going online and trying to see if you could find us a camper that we can stay in for the time being until the house is built? And I said, yeah, I can do that. So me and Amy, we looked, and I came across one, and we drove out there. It took us about an hour, and we took a look at it, and we were going to buy it, and then we thought about it, and something in my gut told me that this was not the right camper for them. So I called up my dad and I said, Dad, you know, I really don't feel right about buying this camper. I says, I don't think this camper is right for me. Just give me a little time, and I'll find something. So, you know, the Lord, you know, decided this was the camper we were supposed to get, and I came across something. And I think it has a lot to do with prayer. And, you know, my mom told me too, she says, you know, they have an app for the Bible, and they get updates or daily, what do you want to call it, man? I can't think of the name of it. Amy put it up there because I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, so they get daily scriptures they get. Anyway, so since we talked about it and we stopped with the one camper that I was looking at, the scriptures have all pointed to moving out here to them. So the Lord has his way, and God said, hey, look, you know, you got to come out here, and this is where you're supposed to be. And so they're going the way the Lord wants them to go, which is great. I mean, that's fine. Anyway, so we finally found a camper. I drove roughly, I think it was about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes to pick the camper up. I couldn't do it with, I could do it with my truck, but I chose not to because in case something happened to the truck, I didn't want to have the camper broke down and the truck broke down. Not saying that she would, but I didn't want to take a chance. So fortunately, you know, we have other people here on the road down on the homestead, and I asked one of our friends, this is, hey, do you think on this Sunday if I could borrow your truck and take your truck? Now he's got a Dodge I guess it's called a Longhorn dually, and I took that to go get this thing. And let me tell you, I'm glad I did. So we picked him up, Premier Ultralight Bullet, and I have to tell you, this thing was not that bad. This thing is actually in very, very good shape. I didn't really have to do anything yet to it, more so just wash down the outside of it, and I've been cleaning the inside for 2 days now. Not that it's been that dirty, don't get me wrong, but I take my time, and you know, I know my dad's pretty meticulous about being clean, so I make sure that, you know, washing the ceiling, and even if it was clean, I'd still go over it and clean it again. And even though I cleaned it, my dad's probably gonna go over and clean it again. So we got that. We finally got back here last Sunday with it, and we put up the jacks and got it stabilized. Now where we got it now is not gonna be where it's sitting at. We're actually gonna move it and put it somewhere else. But I wanted to drop it in the middle of the driveway, get it set up, get to do what I need to do with it, and get it cleaned up and get it all functioning. We did have to order a few small things, you know, like it needed a bed. You don't want to use a bed in a camper that somebody else has been sleeping in. That's absolutely atrocious and disgusting. So we ordered a new bed. That should be here today. Today is Friday. We're waiting on, what else are we waiting on? We're waiting on some crush and run that's going to be brought in on Thursday. We're going to crush and run in front of the RV and around some of the paths, so when they're here, I mean, they're in their 70s, you know, we don't want them having to worry about rocks and stones. So I got to go through and do some cleanup this weekend. We have tomorrow to do it. I'm probably going to move the trailer today and get it set in its final resting space until they move into their home. Now the time span of their home will be maybe 2 months. I'm thinking 2 months, and then they'll be in their house. So we're hoping for that anyway. You know how things work out. They never work out the way you have them planned in the first place. So what I wanted to do is give you a brief video of what's been going on here, and I'm going to take you inside and show you the outside of the Premier Ultralight Bullet. This thing can be pulled by my truck, and they're pretty sought after because they're ultralights. You don't have to have a dually to pull it. You don't have to have a 2/4 ton or a 3/4 ton to pull this thing. You can do it with a 1/4, which is what my truck is. So, you know, that's one of the things. It is a pop out. It does have a pop out on it. It's got bunks. It's got a queen size bed. It's got pretty much every amenity you want. Oh yeah, one more thing that we decided that we're gonna get for it is a new couch that's in it. Ugh. So instead of me talking and doing all this jibber jabbering, let's get on and check out the camper. All right, guys. So here's the Premier camper that we got. Has a slide out, has a plug hookup for it. I mean, this thing is in excellent condition. I mean, it is a really nice camper. The people own this, you know, they owned it for a while. They took they took good care of it. I mean, they definitely did not let this thing go. They kept up the maintenance on it, which is good. You know, my dad and my mom have to have something that they can feel comfortable in. It's got heat, it's got AC, it's all LED. I mean, this thing is set up. Now, the only thing that's been done, this front side here, is the only thing that is weathered. And it's just a clear coat that's weathered. Everything else on it is absolutely in pristine condition. As you can see, this is why we're putting that crushing rod. It's like a mud pit, so I just keep carrying the mud in there. It's got a full outdoor kitchen for them, the awning. I'm gonna open up the outdoor kitchen so you can see the outdoor kitchen. All right. This is the outdoor kitchen. See? It's got a TV, a refrigerator, stove underneath there that pops out. Sink. I mean, this thing's got it going on, let's put it that way. Now we're going to go on the inside, and hopefully the battery still stayed charged. So put the steering down, pull this out. See my footprints from going in. I am going to have to clean up the bathroom and the bedroom yet. It's got a nice awning, it goes all the way down. I got my bucket in here for my cleaning. Of course, it's a Lowe's bucket, do it yourself. I got a vacuum in here for vacuuming, because I had to vacuum. But, I mean, this thing's pretty set up. It's pretty nice. Does its job. Let's see if I got the... Oh, the lights are working. That's a good thing. It means it's all charged up. It's got a refrigerator, microwave, stove, oven. Nice big sink. Look at that sink in there, a nice big sink. And then you come over here and look at the size of the TV they put in this thing. Is that not big? It's got the heating vents in the floors, so it blows the heat up through instead of having the up top. AC unit. It's got the vents to blow the AC down so you can directionally turn, which I thought was pretty cool, is they made it so you can turn the vents. The bunkhouse, which I can't climb up in, which, let's put it this way, I will not be climbing up in. I think I give that job to Amy. Then you got a closet right here. I mean, shelving galore. I mean, this thing has got so much storage space in it, it's crazy. We got our couch. This is one they're going to replace. They got their benches so they can sit and eat. I mean, this thing is actually super nice. It's all LED. It's all set up. I spent yesterday about half the day just cleaning all this. I mean, everything from scrubbing the ceiling. See, this is one of the things I used it for, was right there. If you guys can see that or not. Oh, wait. Come on, camera, come back in. There it is, right there. This thing was full of ladybugs. Absolutely full. This is the old bed that I'm going to get out today. I left the stuff open on what I need to clean yet. So I have this area that I'm going to have to scrub down. It's got a TV right there. A little swivel right here. Check that out. Look at that. I mean, this thing has got a lot going on for it. And I like it. You know, for them to stay in, this will work for them. It's got a... I'll show you the bathroom. I haven't cleaned the bathroom yet. But I'll show you the bathroom. Here's the bathroom. Got a door right there. Nice sink. Plenty of room where the turtlet's at. And you got a walk-in shower. This thing's actually got a walk-in shower. So that's pretty cool. It won't take me long to clean up all this stuff and get this stuff done. But yeah, I want you guys kind of to see what my mom and my dad will be staying in when they're here while they're waiting for their house. Oh, we have a lot of work going on in the homestead, guys. A lot of work. You guys get to kind of see what the interior looks like. So, this is their new home for about 2-3 months. Then, some more news. Ready? It's the surprise of surprises. So then what we're going to do is me and Amy are going to move in here. And we're going to stay here until our house is done. Now, I was in this thing yesterday at 45-mile-an-hour winds. And let me tell you, it shook a little bit. Had a little bit of vibration in it. But for that amount of wind hitting this thing did really good. Yeah, me and Amy plan on staying in here when we're building our house. And unfortunately, we have to say that our tiny home will be being put up for sale. And we will be putting another building there. But that's all in due time. So I'm going to step outside now. Woo! Talk about some... Gotta look where you're stepping down. I'm gonna hold the camera in the other hand. Alright. I have my tape measure keeps rubbing up against stuff. Oh, so on the homestead, this is where they're gonna stay. You got this door for the bathroom. I think they'll be good here. I think they'll be all right. I don't think they need much more than that, to be honest with you. For right now, until they get their house done, that's what we're going to go with. So you guys got to see the what we've been working on. You got to see the camper. You got to see it's a Premier Ultralight by Bullet. They call it a Bullet Premier Ultralight. It's going to work out. It's going to be great for them. It's going to get them going. It's going to keep them nice and warm through the winter and nice and cool, hopefully, through the summer. And 2 months, February, March, probably April, they'll be moving in. Hey, then me and Amy will move into that one. We'll get rid of the tiny home, and something's going to be built there, and that's a surprise. One of the pluses about my dad moving out here is that my dad is more inclined to doing construction, and he can give me a lot of information and a lot of help. Now, he is in his 70s, and he's not going to be able to do a whole bunch, but I'll always have a foreman on the job. So he'll tell me if I'm doing it right or if I'm doing it wrong. He has built houses before. That's nothing unusual. You know, he pretty much is a man that can do just about everything. And with his age and his experience, I'm going to be very happy to have them out here to help me and to kind of give me guidance on what we need to do. Along with the Lord will give me guidance too. But we have all this to give, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Way down yonder is where they're going to build their house way down around that bend. That's where they'll be building their house. Not too close, far enough away. It's funny because my dad's kind of excited because he wants to get a tractor and he wants to start farming, and he keeps talking about it. It's, you know, I never seen that side of my dad before, you know. And he's like, yeah, we go get a tractor and I run around, cut the grass, and, you know, give him something to do all the time. Because when he doesn't have anything to do, he's a nut. So you got to have something for Pops to do. And I'm very blessed about what's going to happen with our family right now. It's amazing, you know. You grow up, and I never thought I would have as much as I do right now. And, you know, apparently God must have been looking out for me and Amy and said, hey, you know, you guys were meant to have this land. My mom and my dad were meant to live over there. And I can't ask for much more in life than what we've acquired within 3 years, and what we've done here in 3 years. If you go back and watch the beginnings of the videos when we first got here, you'll see me and Amy actually lived in a tent when we first moved out here. And we've done so much out here as far as clearing the land and, you know, building chicken coops and runs and building a greenhouse and a huge garden that will have a lot of stuff coming up on that. Amy's going to start planting here next week because she's got to get prepared and get her seedlings going. So much is going on. But, you know, I want to shout out there and say, hey, I want to thank the Lord for everything he's given us and every direction he sent us, because it's a thanks to him and a thanks to you guys. You know, you may not know this, but we do really appreciate you guys. And I don't think you can say it enough on how much you appreciate your subscribers. You know, who would ever think that I'd have as many people watching my videos as I do? I'm kind of, you know, there's nothing big about me. I'm just a down-at-home, good old boy that, you know, is just making some YouTube videos, and I'm not trying to get rich off of this stuff, and I'm not even really trying to get paid from it. You know, I'd like just the option to be able to do live video feeds. I'd like to be able to give out gifts, you know, prizes and stuff to people. We're not about the functioning of all the money aspect of YouTube. We're more about the aspect of doing good for others. That's really what we want to do. And YouTube's a way to be able to hold memories. You know, you put a video on YouTube, and, you know, if something happens to me or, you know, us in general, then hopefully YouTube's around and our grandkids will get to see what Grandpa was like, and get to see what Grandma and their great-grandparents were like being out here on this farm, and in hopes that someday their mom and dad will run it, and then they will take it over too. And that's my hopes for this. So, well, at that point, guys, I got to get in there and get this done. I'm expecting Amazon to deliver a bed today, and I ordered some jeans because I need some new jeans, and I got to get this camper done. He's going to be here next week, next Saturday, and I got to get it moved and set up. So at that point, guys, I'm going to cut this off, and God bless you. We really appreciate you, just so you know. And hey, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button and that subscribe, and share the video out to other people, because we'd really like to be up there to be able to do live stuff, and not only just to do live stuff, but to start giving away stuff to people. You know, there's so many that aren't as fortunate as we are, and we understand that, and we like to just give back to others in the community and do what's right by God's will. So at that point, guys, God bless. We'll see you later. I gotta get to work now. See ya.